Number 1. On the rainy night of June 5th, 2024, a heavy mist draped itself over Rook's Wood, one of the most haunted forests in the UK. It was here that Moxley, the creator of Moxley's Paranormal World on YouTube, arrived for another one of his solo paranormal investigations. Known for exploring eerie places alone, Moxley often seeks out locations steeped in dark history. But this night would test even his courage. His destination was the notorious Peoria Pit, a site marked by tragedy. In 1909, a catastrophic explosion trapped a group of miners underground, and many believe their spirits still linger. Locals claim that on certain nights, you can hear faint cries from deep within the woods, echoing through the trees. Always skeptical but curious, Moxley set out to experience it for himself. As he set up his hammock and prepared for the night, the rain started to fall. At first, it was just the usual sounds of a forest at night, but soon, something felt off.
There's people in this forest. I heard them laughing, talking. They're quite a distance away, but there is people here. I need to do some adjustments on this tarp in a minute. But we're here in one of the UK's most haunted forests, and we're going to solo camp this till the morning. Look at that. 10, 12, and it is absolutely pitch black outside.
He began to hear distant voices, laughter and conversation, coming from somewhere in the woods. Though the sounds seemed far off, their presence was unsettling. The deeper into the night it got, the stranger things became. Moxley noticed the subtle crack of branches, the low murmur of voices.
And I heard a load of branches cracking. Then I heard mumbling. And then I heard them crackling going past the outside of the tarp. Not too far away, I couldn't see anybody, but this isn't a good idea. I'm here now. I can hear them in the distance. Somebody's literally just walked straight past this.
Someone, or something, was moving just beyond the range of his light. He couldn't see anything, but the feeling of being watched grew stronger by the minute.
I thought coming out here, in the vein, would have actually stopped anybody from coming out here. But to be fair, who's to say it is someone? Could be something. There's somebody walking there. Gonna have to go check, aren't we? Like somebody walked this way.
Unable to ignore the sounds any longer, he stepped away from his hammock with a flashlight, hoping to catch a glimpse of what was out there. But no matter where he looked, there was nothing.
I'm half expecting to see someone, like, on edge. But it's gone 11 o'clock at night. I'm on my own out here. I've just heard somebody walk through, past where I am.
The forest offered no clues, only darkness and the occasional sound of footsteps echoing nearby.
There's something quite heavy just hit the side of the tent. Granted, it could be a branch falling off the tree, but it startled me. I just dozed off. There's weird noises, but it's down to the rain, because it's raining. I do feel like something's watching me here now. I'm getting that overwhelming feeling. I don't think I'm going to get much sleep. Spirits are coming, but I don't want to draw any sort of attention to where I am. This is going to be one long, long night. So I'm just lay here in the hammock, and just heard, is that like a group of people having a full-on conversation? Almost like they were having a heated argument. conversation, a bit of an argument, definitely a disagreement. But it is known for people to come out here who are on a few drinks, a few smokes, and getting up to no good. Keep looking over there because I still feel like somebody's watching me. I've been trying to get off and get back to sleep for about 5 minutes now. Oh. There's something quite heavy just hit the side of the tent. Granted, it could be a branch falling off the tree, but it startled me. I just dozed off.
Back in his hammock, Moxley tried to distract himself with a movie, but sleep was impossible. A sudden, heavy thud hit the side of his tent, startling him. It could have been a branch, but in that moment, anything felt possible.
I do feel like something's watching me here now. I'm getting that overwhelming feeling.
The rain added to the unease, amplifying every strange noise and making it harder to tell what was natural and what wasn't. As the night dragged on, he heard more voices, this time clearer, almost like a group having an argument nearby. It's not unusual for people to wander into the forest after a few drinks, but the timing and intensity of the sounds made the situation feel more threatening than casual. Still tucked away in the shadows, he kept still, hoping to remain unnoticed. Eventually, the strange noises returned. Heavier footsteps, low whispers, all close enough to feel as if someone was just outside his thin shelter. Moxley knew he wasn't alone, but he didn't want to draw attention to himself. Even in haunted places, people can be more dangerous than spirits. Still, curiosity got the better of him.
I'm not alone out here. I know I'm not alone out here. I'm whispering, I'm trying to keep my voice down as much as possible. Because the last thing I want is to attract any sort of attention from the wrong sort of people out here.
And he decided to venture out once more. This time, he switched to night vision to avoid being seen, scanning the forest in all directions.
I've just heard somebody whistling. Somebody's just been whistling out here. It sounds so close. Is there someone there? There. That sounds like somebody there then. I have to go night vision, just so they can't see my lights. This is absolutely nuts. I really do feel like I'm being watched from all angles out here now. I heard that whistling, I told you. I heard it and I've caught it on camera.
Then came a piercing whistle, cutting through the silence. It was followed by the unmistakable sound of footsteps. Despite calling out, there was no response. He stood in the darkness for what felt like forever, waiting for someone or something to reveal itself.
I'm not alone here. There's such an uneasy feeling here, you know. There's somebody out there. I'm not 100% sure if they're watching me or not. But I don't know. Let me know what you...
But the forest offered no answers. For 15 long minutes, he stood alone in the pitch black, nerves frayed and senses on high alert. Eventually, defeated and drained, he returned to his hammock, hoping to ride out the rest of the night. When he checked the time, it was 3 a.m., and the eerie noises hadn't let up. Every creak and rustle kept him wide awake.
Just check the time, and it's literally 3 o'clock in the morning. By my voice, I'm really on edge. I've been on edge since it's gone dark in here. Right, logging back off, and hopefully the next time you see me, it'll be morning, and I'll be packing up and getting ready to leave. Dog. Oh, love. What the fuck? Sounds like it's getting closer.
He lay there, heart pounding, until the first signs of daylight finally broke through the trees. The sound of birds chirping was a welcome relief after a night full of tension.
An interesting night it's been. But yeah, gonna make my way back towards the car now.
As he packed up his gear and made his way back to the car, the questions still haunted him. Who or what had been out there? Please help us reach 1,000 subscribers. 99% of you watching have not subscribed yet, so please do. It's free. Erlo Brown, a 29-year-old YouTuber, is known for exploring mysterious and remote locations. Through his channel, he takes viewers on thrilling adventures, venturing into dense forests, abandoned caves, and hidden trails where few dare to go. His goal? To capture raw, first-hand experiences of the unknown. On September 30th, 2021, Erlo set off on another adventure. This time, he was heading deep into the hilly forests of South Africa. Unlike most of his trips, he was completely alone, without his usual companions or even his dog. His plan was simple: set up trail cameras to capture wildlife in action. The hilly forests are home to towering yellowwood trees and various animals. It's a place of beauty, but also one where nature reigns supreme, perfect for an explorer like Erlo. As he walked through the thick vegetation, he carefully searched for the ideal spot to place his trail camera. He wanted a location where animals were likely to pass, but where the camera would remain hidden from people. Finally, he found the perfect place.
I think we have found a perfect place to place the trail camera. So this trail running along here is literally the only entrance and exit for this entire valley. You just have to find a good spot to place a camera. I'm not too concerned about people finding the camera. This trail isn't used a lot because it's just a one-way. Maybe if we find something that's a little bit further into, this could perhaps work.
Just as he was about to set up the camera, something completely unexpected happened. A loud, chilling scream tore through the forest. It was unlike anything he had ever heard. Powerful, unfamiliar, and impossible to identify. Erlo froze. For a few seconds, he stood completely still, trying to process what he had just heard. But his instincts quickly took over. Fear surged through him, and he immediately started making his way back, moving fast but cautiously.
That was not an animal. I think I'm gonna leave.
He had no idea what it was, but one thing was clear. It wasn't an ordinary animal sound. Deciding not to take any chances, Erlo left the area, choosing safety over curiosity. Later that day, he uploaded the footage to YouTube, asking his audience if they had any idea what the sound could have been. Viewers flooded the comments with theories. Some believed it was a predator marking its territory. Others speculated it could be something supernatural. But to this day, there has been no clear answer. Joe and Elliot, the duo behind the YouTube channel Ghost Theory, are no strangers to dark places. They've explored haunted castles, forgotten hospitals, and all kinds of creepy locations. But nothing could have prepared them for what happened on one summer night in 2024. This time, they weren't just investigating a haunted place. They were planning to camp overnight inside an abandoned mental asylum deep in the countryside of the UK. The building had been left to rot for over 30 years, surrounded by dense woods and steeped in dark history. The location already had all the makings of a horror movie, but what they encountered went far beyond anything paranormal. After hiking through the forest and finally reaching the crumbling asylum, Joe and Elliot set up their tent.
I've found our camping spot.
I hope you're not scared of heights.
No, see, I'm not afraid of heights, but I am afraid of the sudden stop after the plummet of falling.
Yes.
Well, anyway, so we've decided actually that due to the amount of dust and everything, we thought it'd be best to go somewhere where there's quite a lot of ventilation, and where better than outside.
So we're going to the Holiday Inn. Just down the road.
So basically, we are going to be camping on this lovely roof.
On the roof, it seemed like the safest place, away from the dust, the decay, and whatever might be crawling around on the lower floors. For a while, things felt almost peaceful. But peace never lasts long in places like this. Once they were settled, they decided to leave the tent and do what they came for: explore. They wanted to find the most active room in the asylum to leave their cameras running overnight, hoping to catch some paranormal activity.
On the areas that's going to cover like all rooms, corridors, and most open spaces.
It's also finding the areas that have got the most going on. If we go somewhere and there's constantly activity or something there, to leave a camera there. But we also haven't ever really had a good look around this building.
No.
So,
Just soaking in the atmosphere. Hello? Is anybody here that can hear us?
But before they could even start setting things up, something felt off. They began hearing faint sounds from the lower levels, footsteps and distant bangs. At first, it could have been the building creaking or animals scurrying around, but soon it became clear that these were human sounds, voices, movement, things being thrown.
Did you hear that? No. Okay, listen. That's people. Good. Hey, get back up.
Now, they'd dealt with other people before on these kinds of trips, usually just fellow explorers or urban squatters. But this time, something felt different. The noise was coming from all directions, and the energy in the building shifted from eerie to threatening.
It looks like it was people, but then just went. But they're just throwing stuff around. Why? They're like throwing things into the building and shit. Are they out there? I can't see them. I can hear them. Yeah, I don't like it. They move quiet. It's not like people have just like come in. They've not come around chatting and stuff either.
They moved quietly to the upper floors, hoping to stay out of sight. But as they looked out into the distance from their rooftop vantage point, they saw something that stopped them cold.
What the fuck? Did you catch them? They're in army gear. Let's do it. If they got weapons, they're like this long. They're air rifles. You're not fucking kidding. Like the proper pellet rifles. They're like rifles. Like a sniper. He's got a full fucking helmet on and everything. That's illegal. But there's two of them sat down there where the entrance is. That's illegal though.
A group of people, dressed in camouflage, armed with rifles. At first, they tried to rationalize it. Maybe they were airsoft players. Maybe it was just a game. But no, these weren't plastic toys. These were actual air rifles, the kind used for real target shooting. And this wasn't some organised event. There were no signs, no safety gear, no warnings. Just a group of armed men moving silently through the dark near an abandoned asylum. In the UK, where real firearms are heavily restricted, even seeing this was enough to set off major alarm bells.
Fine. I feel like we need to put the stuff away, minus these.
Let's go. That's the fast plan.
So we've got movement. Hello?
Joe and Elliot realised they had made a huge mistake. The people outside weren't paranormal. They were real, they were armed, and no one knew they were there. As the night wore on, the group outside became louder. The sounds of tools, heavy bangs, and disturbing mechanical noises echoed through the building. At one point, it even sounded like someone was trying to grind or cut through something metal. Joe and Elliot couldn't figure out what they were doing or why, but whatever it was happening very close.
If there's someone here. Hey? If there's someone here now. There's a voice, isn't it?
It's... Be quiet.
They turned off their lights, switched to night vision, and stayed silent, hoping not to be discovered. But the noises kept getting louder, and the voices were getting closer. At one point, they were sure they heard someone calling out a name. Whether it was one of theirs or not, they couldn't tell, but it sent a clear message. They were being watched.
Oh, fucking shit. What the fuck are they doing?
That's very fucking loud. I don't know what the fuck to do. I do not know what the fuck to do.
Is that outside?
What?
Is that outside? Shit, fuck.
Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this.
Trapped in a decaying building, outnumbered and unsure if the men were hostile, Joe and Elliot were left with one terrifying option: run.
Stay at the end of that corridor. Stay at the end of that corridor. Oh, Ben's upstairs still. Fuck. Fuck.
We need to fucking get out of here.
What's going on? We need to get out. We should go.
What? They're nicking the shit.
They quickly grabbed their essentials, left their tent behind, and bolted through the building. Every echo, every footstep, every shadow became a potential threat. They didn't stop until they were deep in the woods.
Fucking tools and everything.
Why are they making noise?
They fled the building, abandoning their tent, and ran into the darkness outside.
People turn up with guns. Whatever guns, whether they're airsoft, air rifles, whatever, I have no idea. And then whack out with some fucking angle grinders.
But the thing is,
Because I heard his name, whatever, so whatever, have you got the ladder? So they brought fucking ladders in and everything.
how
I don't know.
did they get past
There are
us?
multiple ways into that building.
Yeah.
We must have literally walked around the outside when they came in the other side. Okay. We must have, it has to have done.
moving fast and trying to stay out of sight. Only once they reached their car did they allow themselves to breathe. The drive home was silent. 6 hours of trying to process what had just happened. Who were those people? Why were they there, armed and organized, in an abandoned asylum? And most importantly, what would have happened if Joe and Elliot had been spotted? This video comes from the YouTube channel Hype Mike, known for exploring haunted places and abandoned buildings. In this creepy clip, Mike and his friends decide to spend the night in a forest with a chilling reputation. It's known as Slender Man's Forest. Over the years, several people have gone missing here, and witnesses have reported seeing a tall, faceless figure resembling the urban legend of Slender Man. Naturally, Mike and his team couldn't resist checking it out. On July 20th, 2021, they hike into the forest while the sun is still up. Everything seems normal at first, but as they venture deeper, things take an unsettling turn.
I fought off a bear. Yeah, you see that right there?
He was trying to climb a tree, guys, and he fell.
No, I wasn't, bro.
Fell.
Oh, look. Hey, what is this? A campground.
I don't know, man. Just
Stumbled across the campground.
yeah, literally physically stumbled upon this.
It must be swimming or something, right?
Hello? See? Somebody at the dock.
Who would just like leave their stuff here?
Nobody. I mean, they could be out like doing activities and stuff. This is
You don't know, leave like a bag behind.
You know what? The tent's not even set up.
Bags wide open.
Near the edge of a quiet lake, they come across an abandoned campsite. A backpack, walking sticks, and other belongings are scattered around, but there's no sign of anyone nearby. The tent isn't even set up properly, and the fire pit shows signs of being recently used. It's as if whoever was here left in a hurry. Then they find something even stranger.
Oh, no, there's more. Get this out of here. I got some real walking sticks now.
There you go, dude.
They're not yours. You don't just take someone's stuff. Why did they come back?
They ain't here. They just let him. They knew we were coming.
It's actually kind of weird though. Like their tent's not.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
Their walking sticks are here, so they're like.
The bag is a little strange because who leaves their bag behind?
You know what's
kind of bring it.
even weirder
It's like they randomly.
is that the fire was lit at one point, and usually you would set up your tent first before starting the fire, but the tent is not set up.
Weird.
Well, I was peeping. There's a little, there's a phone.
Oh, there we go. We could just figure out who these people are.
4 missed calls, voicemail.
A phone inside the backpack, still turned on, with multiple missed calls and a voicemail waiting. When they play the message, they hear a woman's voice, sounding lost and scared. She says she can't find her way back to the path and is hearing strange noises in the woods.
Hi Sarah, it's Ashley. Currently I think I am lost. I can't find the path that we were on before, and I am currently hearing these strange noises in the woods, and I'm hoping that that is you, but there is obviously no way to confirm, so can you please give me a call back? I'm getting quite worried. So hopefully I will use it. Bye.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just lost in the woods, hearing noises.
Very
From minutes ago?
Yeah, that's like.
I mean, it's broad daylight, right? He's lost. She's lost in the woods, but it's like could be worse, you know?
At first, the group wonders if it's just someone who got turned around, but then they play more voicemails, and the situation becomes much more terrifying. In the next messages, the woman becomes increasingly panicked. She says she sees something watching her and begs for someone to call her back. Then in the final voicemail, her voice is filled with fear. She describes a man in a suit following her. The message cuts off with a terrified scream. Now the group isn't sure what to think.
I know you can hear this right now, but please pick up and give me a call back. Right now, I'm still lost in the forest, and I see someone or something looking at me, and it won't leave me alone. So please pick up. I'm really scared. So please give me a call back. Bye.
Someone or something?
Watching?
Okay, that's a way more weird.
Yeah.
Something
And how
in the
long ago was
woods.
that? That was.
Literally 4 minutes ago was the last one, so the most recent one.
I need you to pick up the phone right now. There was a man in a suit, and I saw him. And I think he's following
A suit?
Oh my god. I think he's
Oh no.
Was this an elaborate prank, or was someone actually in danger? They decide to search the area, hoping to find the owner of the abandoned belongings.
Guys?
I know. What is that?
Is that like a note?
Heads were down when you were walking, but it looks like a...
It's paper.
Oh my god. What the hell? Oh, that's the same. What is that?
As they move deeper into the woods, they spot a piece of paper pinned to a tree. When they get closer, they realize it's a disturbing drawing, smeared with what looks like blood. The eerie discovery sends a chill down their spines. Then, something moves in the distance.
Do you see that? What? Here. Let me get a better view.
Oh, wait a minute. It's gone.
What do you mean it's gone? Wasn't it?
It just moved.
It was literally right over there.
What was it?
It was like a black figure. I'm not sure. I can't really tell
It's-
exactly.
It's literally gone.
Oh.
What? That is freaky. Like really, really concerning.
A dark figure appears between the trees, but vanishes before they can get a clear look. The group scrambles to capture it on camera, but whatever it was disappears into the shadows. At this point, they've had enough. Whether it's a prank, a stalker, or something more sinister, they don't want to stick around to find out. Deciding it's too dangerous to stay the night, they turn back and rush out of the forest. Once they make it back to civilization, they take the abandoned items to the nearest police station and report what they found. A few days later, curiosity gets the better of them, and they check in with the authorities. But the police have no answers. No one has come forward to claim the belongings, and no missing person reports match the situation. Josh, the creator of Exploring with Josh, is known for his thrilling adventures into abandoned and mysterious locations, always on the hunt for hidden secrets and paranormal encounters. This time, he set out to explore Washington State's legendary Ape Cave, one of North America's longest lava tubes, formed by molten lava nearly 2,000 years ago. The cave is infamous not only for its eerie atmosphere, but also for the strange legends surrounding it. Josh was not alone. His friends and fellow YouTubers, John, Steve, and Cody, joined him for this adventure, completely unaware of the bizarre turn their exploration would take. On August 7, 2016, under a bright Washington sky, the group set out toward Mount St. Helens, excited but cautious. As they arrived at the cave's entrance, they were immediately struck by its ominous appearance.
This looks like some of a horror movie.
Yeah.
And it's really dark.
Me too.
Lucky we got some lanterns. Well, they do.
Oh god.
So dark.
Yo,
Alright.
it is darker than I thought, everyone.
Jeez. I really feel like
Let the guys go first with the light.
Yo, I got the lantern.
The deeper they ventured, the darker and more claustrophobic it became. Luckily, they had lanterns to light their way, but the thick, suffocating darkness beyond their beams was unnerving. As they moved forward, the passage began to narrow dramatically, forcing them to crouch and eventually crawl on their hands and knees. The tight, rocky pathway was intimidating, and two of the friends decided to turn back, but Josh and Steve weren't ready to give up just yet.
Dude, it goes so low. It goes like ground, like kneeling.
I too.
I don't even know if this leads out anywhere. I think it's just the end. We can be crawling all day.
Let's find out. Oh man. Oh my god.
Yeah, man, I don't...
Dude, actually, I think we can go deeper.
Yeah, it goes... You see, we go deeper.
Oh my god.
We could try it.
That's scary. That's so scary. Like, I was just picturing in my head what if the cave collapses. And
I know.
No way back.
We're not gonna
doubt it.
I'm not gonna think about that. I'm crawling, man.
Oh, me too. I'm crawling. Curious.
If you're curious, man. If you're curious, this is where we could go. We can go more, but I mean, this is pretty freaking. No way. It opened up again.
Does it?
Yeah, it opened up. I can't believe we kept going.
Yet again, I'm with Josh. No Chowder Cody. We just
lost
We
him.
just keep going. We were so curious to know what was through this tunnel.
This is crazy, man.
Oh my god.
I used to be claustrophobic, but I guess I lost it because I'm not that scared.
Determined to see how far the cave stretched, they pushed forward. The deeper they went, the more suffocating the space felt. Just as they began to think they'd reached the end, the passage unexpectedly opened up into a hidden chamber. What had seemed like a dead end had suddenly revealed an entirely new path. They stood in stunned silence, trying to make sense of how a seemingly impassable tunnel had expanded before their eyes. Their excitement, however, was short-lived. Just as they prepared to turn back, something shocking happened.
You speak no English?
No?
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, come with us.
Hey, Josh. Do you see those, the couple that was back there?
Wanna come with us?
Tell them their daughter's up here. She's scared.
They don't speak. She doesn't speak English.
They don't speak English.
It's okay. It's all right. This is the way back.
In the dim light, they spotted movement, a small figure standing eerily still in the shadows. As they focused their lanterns, their hearts pounded. A little girl, no older than 6 or 7, stood alone in the darkness, her frightened eyes darting between them and the tunnel she had emerged from. The realization hit them like a wave. How had she ended up this deep inside the cave? And where were her parents? The girl remained silent, unable to understand their questions.
As we were about to leave, this little girl comes up out of nowhere, scares us, and at first we're like, wait, whose parents are hers? And she was just there alone by herself. Then she just stood there in the back, so I started talking to her, but she wouldn't answer me. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't think she speaks English. It turns out she really didn't speak English at all. She's by herself, crawled the whole way in there by herself, no light. No light, what the heck? I don't get it, no light. She didn't even speak English. So they were like, okay, come with us. And eventually, I guess her parents were yelling her name in their language. And yeah, she went back, but she started crying and stuff. It was kind of a crazy situation.
With no hesitation, Josh and Steve led the child back through the suffocating tunnels, guiding her toward the entrance. Finally, as they neared the cave's opening, they spotted her frantic parents searching for her. The moment they were reunited, the girl burst into tears, clinging to her mother. As relief washed over them, Josh and his friends were left shaken by the experience. The thought of what could have happened, how she had wandered alone through the cave without a light, trapped in complete darkness, haunted them long after they left. If they hadn't continued their exploration, she might have remained lost for hours, or worse. Later, as Josh recounted the experience to his viewers, he still couldn't comprehend how the girl had made it that far on her own. The cave had given them an unforgettable mystery, one that was more terrifying than any ghost story. Number 1. Sam and Colby are well-known YouTubers with over 13.5 million subscribers. They've been making videos for nearly a decade, mixing adventure with spooky encounters. Over the years, they've explored plenty of creepy places, but nothing could have prepared them for what happened during this experience. It was so intense that afterward, they took a break from YouTube, because this time, they almost didn't make it out alive. To understand what happened, we need to go back to April 17th, 2019. That night, Sam and Colby, along with their friends Elton and Matt, set out to explore the Cobb Estate in California. This place is known for its eerie legends, and their goal was to perform a ritual inside an abandoned tunnel deep in the forest.
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
Today we are back at the ritual tunnel in the Enchanted Forest.
Again, third time.
With Elton and Matt. Alright guys, so as you know, this is the haunted Cobb Estate. There's a very long hike and we are going back to the ritual tunnel.
At first, everything seemed normal. After a 20-minute hike, they reached the tunnel and stepped inside. But almost immediately, they started hearing strange, unsettling noises echoing in the darkness.
Wait, what was that? Hold on.
Did you hear that?
John, I think that's his.
What is it?
Oh my god. Look, 1 candle, 2, 3, 4.
Whoa.
5. This looks like a...
Remember this thing was over here last time?
Yeah. Wait. This is perfect. Or, not perfect, but... Like 2 tikis, all the candles surrounding a stake where they would put something on top and burn it.
Dude, I really want to stay in here for a while. I feel like we should just get the ritual over.
They tried to ignore it, thinking it was just the wind, and continued walking. As they reached the area where they planned to do the ritual, they noticed something chilling.
About the same spot that we did last time when we promised that we'd come back and do a ritual.
You got there?
Yeah.
I wasn't part of that promise.
Where did you go, by the way?
Play the tape back. It doesn't matter.
So you promised. It's like 200 feet.
I still think we should go all the way to the back.
No, I know. I was just making a statement of like, we were here 3 weeks ago. Was that just like water? Or did you hear like a...
What's that?
Is that your shoe again?
I'm not moving.
I didn't hear it like that, but...
Yeah, let's try it. If there's anything in here or any spirit that wants to talk to us, communicate with us in any way, we invite you to use our energy and make yourself present.
Candles arranged in a circle, as if someone had already performed a ritual there. Colby felt uneasy and wanted to leave, but the group decided to push forward. As they lit the candles and sat down, the strange noises returned. They tried to make contact with any spirits that might be there. Then, something strange happened. One of the candles suddenly went out. They relit it, but moments later, it was blown out again.
Deep breath.
Did that go out? Was that because of a drop? Because I don't feel no drops over here.
Okay, so what now? Like this is...
Should we light it again, or should we just say that?
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I just need to stand up.
Okay. I say we keep trying to make this as quiet longer.
Count of three, okay? Wait.
What's that low noise?
That's not possible. It's not possible for a car to be back here. That is not possible.
Wait.
They're all different. They're all different.
What is that? Is that wind?
No.
It's not wind.
Okay, stop.
Wait, dude, that's a voice. That's a voice. Oh, wait.
It seemed like they might have made contact with something paranormal, but the real danger was still ahead. Out of nowhere, voices echoed from the entrance of the tunnel. Multiple voices, not just one. They weren't alone. At first, they thought it might be fans of their channel, but something felt off. The voices were getting closer. Not wanting to take any risks, they quickly put out their candles and moved deeper into the tunnel to hide.
That literally sounds like... I don't know, that doesn't even sound like voices. Do you think it's just because they echo? Somebody's making an echo. Okay, wait. That's it. On a real note, like, no cameras or anything, what the f*** do we do?
I think they're fans of your channel. Or they're coming in all the way to this team.
As they sat in silence, the voices grew louder. Whoever was out there wasn't leaving. Then they started hearing eerie whistling and humming sounds, almost like someone was deliberately trying to mess with them. The tension kept building. The only way out was past whoever was at the entrance. Then they saw a light.
I'm saying they're getting closer, dude. What are we gonna do when they get here? They might not come on.
And they have no problems with us at all. And they're just chill people that are here for kind of the same reasons we are. Either they're a little unstable, and maybe they see a nice camera and they want to take it, or whatever else we have on us. Or 3, they're here to do something really weird. And
What do you mean, like legitimately?
I'm gonna go with number 3.
It's midnight.
They had to make a decision. Wait and hope the strangers left, or try to make a quiet escape.
We gotta pass them.
Yeah. I don't know, I can't like move in this too narrow.
They're gonna come all the way to the end too.
What do we do? Oh. Wait, I can see a light. Guys, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. It's not I do this, dude.
It's just like a group like us. Like, should we just walk in?
Just like this. Holy fuck, dude. There's a light. There's a light. Okay. We're trying. Dude, there's a light behind you.
Dude, you left the CVS back.
No. Hey, no, they can't. Do we leave all again? I thought we picked them up.
Before they could figure out their next move, the figures emerged. At least 5 people appeared, and they didn't look friendly. Worse, they seemed angry that Sam and Colby were filming. In that moment, the group knew they were in real danger.
I don't know. What do you want to do? We have to silence them.
Yo, guys.
Hey, bro.
No, we're just filming a video.
What the f***, bro? Yo, start there, bro.
No, it's all good.
What the it's not filming, bro. What the f*** camera?
The camera suddenly cuts off, but we now know they managed to escape. Later, in a follow-up video, Sam and Colby explained that they couldn't share all the details for safety reasons, but they did confirm one terrifying fact. The strangers were armed. They believed they might have stumbled upon something illegal, possibly drug dealers or criminals who didn't want to be seen. Thankfully, everyone made it out unharmed, but the experience shook them so much that they decided to step away from YouTube for a while. What do you think really happened in that tunnel? Imagine going back to a place that's been stuck in your mind for years, not because of the memories, but because of the fear. That's exactly what happened to Christopher Brian Hill. On a quiet, moonlit night, he decided to return to Robert Fulton Elementary School in Cleveland, Ohio, a place he had explored before. The building's located in one of the roughest parts of the city, where crime is a regular thing. Shootings, break-ins, all kinds of chaos. It's not somewhere most people would go alone, let alone at night. But this wasn't just some abandoned school. There's history in those walls. Not the kind you read in books, but the kind you feel when you're walking through. Christopher had been there a few years back and discovered something disturbing. Signs that people had been living inside. Makeshift shelters, blocked off rooms, even someone quietly living in one of them. That experience left a mark on him, and he never really shook it. Curiosity eventually pulled him back. He planned to take a friend along, just to play it safe. But when that fell through, he decided to go solo. As he wandered through the dark halls, things got eerie fast. He started hearing voices, not from outside, but inside the building. It sounded like someone was talking under the stairs. He paused, listened, and tried not to panic. He knew then he wasn't alone in there. Instead of leaving, he pushed further into the school. What he didn't realize was that the camera had picked up something he hadn't seen. A man quietly walking away in the distance. He only caught it later while reviewing the footage, and it sent chills down his spine. But that wasn't even the worst of it. As he kept moving, strange noises started echoing through the hallway. It wasn't just creaks and groans from an old building. It was footsteps, movement, someone definitely there.
All these desks behind. Somebody's down here.
And then he saw a flashlight and what looked like a gun. That's when the panic kicked in. He ran. Whoever was in there didn't want to be found, and they definitely didn't want him snooping around.
Here's one more thing I need to point out. Right as that person with the flashlight turned around, I could see a gun in their hand. This startled me, so I started running away. There's no telling what these people could be using this building for. They could just be squatters or even scrappers. They could even be criminals hiding from the police. I don't know. But one thing I know for sure, they didn't want me there, because they started shooting a gun as I ran away.
As he scrambled to get out, shots were fired. Actual gunshots. The sound ripped through the silence, and all he could do was keep running, hoping he'd make it out. When he finally reached the first floor, he still didn't feel safe. That sense of being watched never went away. He wasn't sure who was there or why, but whatever was going on inside that school, it was dangerous. Eventually, he made it back outside and got away, but the fear didn't leave with him. That experience stuck, not just because of the risk, but because of how close he came to something that could have gone very, very wrong. Tom, a well-known YouTuber from the channel Explorer on Road, had spent years documenting eerie and abandoned locations, delving into places with unsettling pasts. His content had captivated audiences, drawing viewers into his ghost hunts and urban explorations. But on one particular night, an investigation would push him and his friend Connor to their limits. It was July 4th, 2021. Their destination, a long-forgotten theatre in the UK. Despite the decayed structure and eerie silence, the pair were eager to explore. However, the night had already begun on an ominous note.
To abandoned theatre. Like I said, I want to explore returns. Check him out, links in the description. On the way here, there was already some mad stuff going on, so there was a guy who kept stalling going up the hill. It was crazy, and we pulled up next to him and he opened the window and was like, oh, get out the car, get out the car. It was
and then chased us.
Yeah, literally, and then obviously chased us.
And I got chased before I picked Tom up as well. So that's 2 times tonight I've been chased.
Yeah, it's not a good start, guys. So
there could be a 3rd one coming in.
We don't even know what's in there because it's just creepy, but let's go, let's try this place out.
Earlier, they had encountered a strange figure wandering nearby, a man who had unnervingly seemed to follow them. They had managed to get away, but the encounter left them uneasy.
Look at this place. I know, man. It just looks creepy already.
Yeah, it does.
And it is midnight. I really hope there's no one inside. There's just so many noises.
Really?
Because of the rain as well.
Oh shit, yeah.
This is dodgy. Look at his face.
As they arrived, the theatre loomed before them, its shadowy form barely visible against the night sky. The entrance led them into a dark corridor lined with peeling walls and debris-covered floors. Moving cautiously, they navigated the halls, each step echoing through the empty space. The air was thick with dust and the smell of decay.
That sounds so dodgy.
I think it's the water dripping onto the plastic thing. Yeah, right. It's amazing how the building is 4 stories and the concrete is still leaking.
A steady dripping sound filled the silence as water leaked from the ceiling, collecting into stagnant puddles on the floor. At first, the noise seemed like nothing more than the remnants of rainwater finding its way through the cracks. But the further they ventured, the more the sounds around them shifted. Subtle movements, faint shuffling, and deep, deliberate thuds. Something was different.
I hope there's no one following us because there's only one way out of it.
Yeah, that's what makes it worse.
Yeah, there's one way out.
Like, if we need to bail, we can just go out the nearest exit.
As they made their way upstairs, a sudden crash from below sent a jolt of fear through them. The noise was unmistakable. Something or someone had moved. Standing motionless, they listened. Then, more sounds.
Presence.
As scary as this Explorer is, this is pretty cool. Very, very old though. Still like the massive speakers up there.
Oh, it does, you're right, yeah.
I know you're there. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not going to joke.
Oh, the smell. The smell.
Oh, mate, it stinks so bad. How many years has that taken?
No, what was it?
Like a massive thud. That was footsteps, was it not? Not on this floor here, there was footsteps going on. I'm not, we both heard that, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? This is not okay.
Why can I hear a pigeon up there but I can't see it?
Footsteps, distant but distinct. Someone was down there. With their only exit being the same way they had come in, an unsettling realization set in. If someone was inside the theatre with them, avoiding an encounter would be impossible.
I don't know if it's an actual person. All the rain. What? That was like a metal.
That was glass.
Are you hearing shit downstairs? Wait, no, I can see it.
Is there something? I know there's something bad, but if we're going to get out of here, there is some kind of thing we have to deal with them. Let's take that because they've got a weapon or... cameras and shit. You have to get out of it. I think someone's in here. What's it? There's just thumps and shit.
You know, like when you hear like footsteps on the wooden floor in the above you and shit, like where it's proper like deep footstep. That's exactly what I've been hearing since you're on the floor. Like, and I keep hearing at the door. Was it not?
I don't know.
Every instinct screamed for them to turn back, but curiosity and the need to understand what they were facing kept them moving forward.
There's some really bad vibes, and we heard so much stuff, and it's coming from downstairs where the exit is. We heard footsteps. This is not a joke, right? If someone's in here, it's bad. It's a bad area. This theatre is in a bad area. There's people.
There's people. There's people. There's people. This is on the back side. They're coming in here. They're straight up coming in here. They're right below us. That down there is right where we entered. Right, okay, there's a lot of them. There's at least 3 or 4 of them. We're gonna have to make ourselves known to them before they actually find us.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we've got a problem. We've got a big problem. The thing is, we're gonna have to go past them regardless.
My heart's actually racing now.
We need to make ourselves known to them before they find us, because if we scare the shit out of them, they could be on. Yeah, they're in here. They're definitely nothing in the echoes. From outside. Shit, we're good to think.
Descending the stairs, they approached a hallway where the sounds had originated. Shadows stretched across the floor, cast by faint light seeping through the broken windows. The tension was suffocating. Then, through the dimly lit corridor, they saw him, a lone figure standing at the far end of the room.
This looks weird. Oh, it stinks down there. This is so weird. There's like lights in here. So many spider webs. What is this like? Oh yeah, no. What the f was that? What the f? What was that? Now, what the hell are we gonna do? You saw someone. What the fuck? We need to get out. We need to seriously leave this place. My heart is racing. Where did you see him? Mate, that bang was loud and I was literally underneath.
An older man, his long beard and worn clothing suggesting he had been there for some time. He moved slowly, seemingly unaware of their presence, but something about the situation felt wrong. The realization hit hard. The loud bang from earlier had come from him. Panic surged as they watched him disappear into the darkness. The only way out was past where he had been standing, and there was no telling what his intentions were.
Right there. Mate, this is dodgy. What are we gonna do? This is not a joke anymore. What's going on? Huh? Hello?
You do realise, like, I don't even imagine. This is weird. He didn't even acknowledge me. And it's usually happy with me. He's gonna be in that bit over there, that's what I saw.
Man, the X is just over there. This is messed up. It sounds like footsteps.
Is he going down?
Yeah, where is he?
I swear on my life there's a guy in there. I swear.
How are we gonna get away with this?
Well,
we need to leave quickly.
Unsure of their next move, then another sound, this time from behind them. A whisper, just barely audible over the ambient noise of the building. The sensation of being watched became unbearable. The exit was within reach, but the overwhelming dread made it feel miles away. Without warning, movement erupted from the shadows. The figure re-emerged, stepping toward them. The realization struck like a cold wave. He knew they were there.
Hello, is anyone in here? Mate, there's like bangs coming up from that direction.
Who's that?
Was that up there?
No, it's like that earlier, there's no bang there. It's just a lot of shit.
No, there's actually noises coming from in there, I'm not even joking. There's noises coming from inside there. I don't know what to do. I'm just going straight through the exit. I'm getting out of here. Is he in there? Mate, we need to go.
Wait, no, what?
What? We need to...
Oh shit!
What do you do?
What the fuck?
Mate, this place is dodgy. You alright?
That's not cool at all.
Instinct took over. Without a second thought, they bolted, their footsteps pounding against the floor as they sprinted toward the exit. Bursting out of the theater and into the night, they didn't stop running until they were far from the building's reach. The fear, however, lingered. Whatever the man's true intentions had been, one fact was clear. Had they hesitated even a moment longer, the outcome could have been far worse. Dee, a YouTuber known for her channel Dee's Dark Adventures, is no stranger to camping alone in remote areas. She often shares her outdoor experiences with her audience, but this time, her adventure takes a chilling turn. Venturing into one of the most haunted forests on the East Coast, she sets out on a solo van camping trip in a place with a sinister reputation. At first, everything seems normal. She settles into a campsite, showcasing her van setup to her viewers, and enjoys the peaceful atmosphere. However, as night falls, an unsettling shift occurs. Strange noises begin to echo around her van, footsteps, rustling in the bushes, and distant movements that make it sound as if someone is lurking just beyond her line of sight. At first, she dismisses it as the sounds of the forest, but then, a sudden and forceful bang against her van sends her heart racing. Before she has time to process what just happened, loud barking erupts in the distance. The dogs sound distressed, as if responding to something unnatural. This is especially strange, considering she's far from any homes or populated areas. The uneasy barking continues, and then another knock reverberates against her van. Someone, or something is out there. She remains perfectly still, hoping that whoever is outside will lose interest and leave. For what feels like an eternity, the noises persist, growing more intense before suddenly stopping. The silence that follows is almost worse. Gathering her courage, Dee cautiously peeks outside to assess the situation. The woods appear empty, but a sudden sharp crack, a stick breaking, freezes her in place. The unmistakable sound of movement nearby sends a shiver down her spine.
Stick right, dude, stop. It's our damn stick right, dude. Dude.
Someone or something is watching. She quickly retreats inside, locking the doors and sitting in silence, trying to shake the growing fear creeping through her. Hoping to distract herself, she turns on a show and tries to relax. Just as she begins to doze off, the barking returns, louder and more frantic than before.
What are these wild dogs? Oh my god.
And then, a gunshot shatters the stillness of the night. Her stomach drops. Within seconds, another gunshot follows. Someone is out there, armed, and she has no idea what their intentions are. Panic sets in. Wasting no time, she jumps into the driver's seat, her mind racing. There's no question, she needs to get out of there immediately. Without hesitation, she starts her van and speeds away, not stopping until she's miles from the forest. Relief washes over her as she finally reaches safety, but the mystery of what happened that night lingers. Later, while reviewing her footage, she notices something chilling. Eyes glinting in the darkness, staring directly at her van. She hadn't seen them before. Had someone been watching her the entire time? Was the figure responsible for the strange noises and gunshots? Hoggart, the well-known YouTuber behind the Hoggart Project, has built a reputation for seeking out remote and peaceful locations for his camping adventures. Always eager to capture and share his experiences, he embarks on another solo trip, unaware that this one will be anything but ordinary. It's October 29th, 2024, a crisp autumn day, and he's excited to set up camp near Mount Rainier. The rolling hills and breathtaking view make for an ideal spot, untouched and secluded, exactly what he was looking for.
This is the camp site that we chose. Just couldn't pass it up with this awesome view of the mountain here, Mount Rainier. Oh, didn't even really take a look over here at this side. That's all bedded down, so it looks like some animals took some cover, especially right here. That's a nice little circular spot.
As he sets up his tent and surveys the area, he notices signs of wildlife, flattened grass where animals likely rested. Everything seems perfect. As the sun sets and darkness takes over, he prepares to build a fire, looking forward to a quiet, relaxing night in nature. But before he can even start, a loud knocking sound echoes from the forest beside him.
Frick.
The sharp, deliberate noise is unlike anything he's heard before. His instincts tell him something isn't right. Switching on his night vision camera, he scans the trees, hoping to identify the source of the sound. That's when he sees it, a shadowy figure lurking just beyond the dense thicket. At first, he thinks it could be a trick of the light, but the more he stares, the more certain he is that something unnatural is standing there, watching. The unsettling silhouette sends a chill down his spine. His heart races as he glances in another direction, hoping to shake the eerie feeling creeping over him. But the worst is yet to come. A voice cuts through the silence, low, distant, and disturbingly clear. "It's just us," it whispers. The words seem to mock him, sending a wave of fear through his entire body. He tries to push away the dread and convinces himself it's just his imagination playing tricks on him. Refocusing on his routine, he chops wood and prepares a meal, forcing himself to stay calm despite the lingering unease. But as he eats, more knocks sound from the darkness, louder this time. He stops mid-bite, his body rigid with tension. The sound doesn't feel random. It feels intentional, as if someone or something is letting him know he isn't alone. Scanning the darkness, he sees nothing, but the overwhelming sense of being watched intensifies. Deciding that there's nothing more he can do, he retreats to his tent, hoping that once inside, the feeling of unease will fade. He signs off for the night, assuring his viewers that he'll check back in if anything else happens. But the night is far from over. As he lays in his tent, the sound of footsteps slowly approaches, deliberate, cautious, just beyond the thin fabric separating him from whatever is out there. He holds his breath, his body frozen with tension. For over half an hour, he listens as faint murmurs drift through the cold night air. The noises are too soft to understand, but their presence is undeniable. Eventually, exhaustion wins, and he drifts into uneasy sleep. Morning comes, and Hoggett wakes to the safety of daylight. He checks in with his viewers, recounting the strange events of the night. It seems that whatever had been lurking outside is gone. But as he steps out of his tent, that fragile sense of relief is shattered.
Daylight is out. Okay. There's a few sounds. I don't know if it was the wind. There's something walking around out here, but it definitely recorded a little bit of it, of the audio. It'd just be like little... There's something in the woods. This one could die at any minute, so I have my phone as a backup. Try to get closer. Squirrels are freaking out.
Loud knocks once again echo from the trees, this time accompanied by the frantic chattering of squirrels. The forest feels alive with tension. The branches snap as if something is moving unseen among them. Every instinct in him screams that something isn't right. He listens closely, trying to make sense of the sounds.
Something over here, because branches keep snapping. Followed this time by a couple footsteps, and then the chipmunks, the squirrels over there are going crazy.
But the eerie feeling of being watched remains. Realizing he has no intention of staying another night, he quickly packs up his gear and sets off, leaving the unsettling experience behind. He makes it home safely, but the questions remain. Who or what was out there with him that night? Bear, an adventurer drawn to the unknown, has spent years exploring nature's most mysterious places. Through his YouTube channel, Exploring with Bear, he shares his encounters with the wilderness, seeking out legends that have captivated his audience. On this cold January night in 2025, he ventures deep into a remote forest, one that viewers claim is home to the elusive Bigfoot. Arriving just as darkness settles, Bear sets up camp miles away from civilization.
All right, let's get this fire going.
The crisp air bites at his skin as he builds a fire, the only source of warmth in the vast, silent woods. But the stillness of the night feels unusual. There's an unsettling energy in the air, an unshakable sense that he is not alone. As the flames crackle, an unexpected sound pierces through the quiet, a sharp knock, like wood striking against wood. It could be a branch breaking under its own weight, but something about it feels deliberate. Brushing off the thought, Bear focuses on his plan for the night. He places a camera near the campfire, setting a single apple in front of it, hoping to capture something unexplainable while he ventures deeper into the forest.
was cold. All right, so we'll let that sit there for a bit.
The further he walks, the more the atmosphere shifts. The trees seem to close in, and an unnatural hush falls over the surroundings. Then, out of nowhere, a metallic creak echoes through the darkness.
That sounded like metal. That sounded like a gate or something, like a metal gate, but there is no metal gate back here that I know of.
It resembles the sound of an old gate swinging open, but there are no gates out here. Moments later, a series of heavy, distant knocks break the silence. The sounds are unnerving, yet intriguing, pushing Bear to continue his search. Back at the campsite, however, his unattended camera records something eerie. A low, guttural growl reverberates through the woods, deep and unnatural. But Bear, still wandering the forest, remains unaware of the chilling evidence he's already captured.
Caught.
What is this? This is footprints. It goes down. Look at all the leaves messed up there. Oh, that's scaring me.
His exploration soon leads him to something even more unsettling. Fresh tracks in the snow. Large, irregular footprints, unlike any animal he's encountered before. The path of disturbed leaves and ice suggests something massive moved through the area recently. Despite the growing unease, curiosity compels him forward. As he follows the tracks, they lead him to the edge of a frozen lake.
There's more tracks. There's more tracks. I don't want to know. Whatever it is, it can't be good. I've never had anything good happen.
The surface is scattered with more prints, evidence of something heavy having walked across. A shiver that has nothing to do with the cold runs down his spine. The realization sets in. Whatever made these tracks might still be close. With that thought, he decides to turn back. Returning to camp, Bear immediately checks his setup.
Apple's still there. Bigfoot, my boy, did not come get the apple yet. That's all right. That's all right. We'll leave it sit here all night, though. All right, we gotta get back to the truck.
The apple remains untouched, undisturbed in front of the camera. No sign of activity, but the night is far from over. The dropping temperature forces him to retreat to his truck, seeking warmth and shelter. Before settling in for the night, he leaves one last camera rolling, just in case.
Okay, let's get the back.
Hours pass in silence, but the camera captures one final mystery. A sudden, loud bang against the truck shatters the stillness. Something, or someone, made contact in the dead of night. Yet, Bear remains asleep, unaware of what had just transpired. As dawn breaks, the forest regains its familiar calm. The eerie events of the night feel like a distant memory, but the unanswered questions linger. What left those tracks? What caused the loud noise against his vehicle? With no clear answers, Bear leaves the forest behind, but the mystery follows him. Richard, known for sharing his van life adventures on YouTube, had no idea his quiet night would turn into a nerve-wracking experience. On May 25th, 2022, he parked his self-built camper van near Great Yarmouth, England, hoping to get some rest. It was already late, the night completely dark, and the area was eerily quiet, perfect for sleeping. Or so he thought.
And I've got a light on this, that's how you can see me, it's a red light. But it's a power cut. Just like, it's pitch black. You've got a camper van down there, but it was absolutely pitch black. There's the van, I've got the lights on there.
As he settled in, something strange happened. Around 2 a.m., he heard noises outside. Someone was trying to open his van's doors. His heart pounded as he stayed silent, unsure of what to do.
I think they're trying the doors. I don't know why I'm telling you to try locking it again and... Oh. That's worse.
He quickly relocked the doors, hoping the sound of the locks engaging would scare them off. Moments later, he heard a car drive away. Relieved, he assumed it was over.
Right, I think they're gone. Let's go and have a look, shall we? There's all that. I've just got the head torch on. Still a power. Yeah, look, see? Look, see? Nobody is around. Close that up. Right. I want to get back into bed. I don't want anybody to know I'm here. That was scary. That was a bit spooky. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. Someone actually tried to steal fuel out of the van while I was inside it. Right, but I'm all locked up. I'm not moving. I struggle trying to find a spot. I'm not moving just yet now. I'm going to see if I can get back to sleep.
But when he stepped outside to check, he found something unsettling. The fuel hatch was open. Someone had tried to siphon gas from his van while he was inside. Shaken but exhausted, he decided to stay put and try to sleep. Just as he was drifting off again, the noise returned. Someone was back, testing the doors. This time Richard didn't stay silent. He called out, making it clear he was inside.
I think they're back.
That seemed to do the trick. Whoever was out there took off. That was enough for Richard. He wasn't going to risk another encounter. He quickly packed up and drove away, eventually finding a safer spot along a main road where he could rest.
Right, that's it. I'm moving spots. Lesson learned. I ain't parking there again. It's a Friday night. I've had some time to think. It took me about half an hour to find another spot. And I've basically just come up the A47 and found a lay-by. And I've dumped it in that. I'm by a road, but I don't care. It's getting on now. I might try for a couple of hours sleep before I actually have to wake up. But it's a Friday night. At least we know fuel thefts and van break-ins. This does look like a van. Doesn't look like a camper van. That's possibly where I made the mistake. Lesson learned. My next camper van is actually going to look like a camper van. I might just chop a window into the side of this just to make it look like a camper van. But I'm going to attempt to sleep.
It wasn't the peaceful night he had planned, but at least he was safe. The experience stuck with him for days, a reminder that sometimes the biggest threats aren't supernatural or mysterious, but come from real people with bad intentions. Number 2. An abandoned mansion, its structure crumbling with time, stands as a silent witness to a dark past. Shattered windows, peeling walls, and an air of decay surround it. It's the kind of place most would avoid. But not Tom, a fearless urban explorer. He thrives on the adrenaline rush of uncovering forgotten places with eerie histories. A year ago, this very house left him shaken. Now, he's back, determined to face whatever lingers within. But this time, the night will bring far more than just another thrill. Tom is no stranger to haunted locations. His YouTube channel is packed with spine-chilling explorations of abandoned sites filled with unsettling encounters. But tonight, he's alone, and the silence of this forsaken mansion feels more oppressive than before.
I've done this by myself in a long time, came to explore the abandoned mansion. So guys, you have no idea. Right, so guys, I am freaking the hell out right now. I am freaking out.
As he steps inside, the air is thick with dust, the scent of damp wood clinging to every surface. The atmosphere is suffocating, as if the house itself is watching. Then, without warning, a loud crash shatters the silence. The noise echoes through the empty hallways, sending a jolt of fear through him. He stops in his tracks, eyes scanning the shadows. The walls feel like they're closing in, pressing against him with an unseen presence. He isn't sure if he's truly alone anymore. A creeping unease settles over him as he pushes deeper into the house.
Right guys, let's just go to the top. I'm hoping no one's in here. No one's definitely going to be in here, so I guess I'll be fine. Right. What the fuck? What What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna make it a while. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Guys, what the hell?
Then, footsteps. Clear. Unmistakable. Someone or something is moving above him. His pulse pounds in his ears as he listens, frozen in place. Every instinct screams at him to leave, but curiosity keeps him rooted. He needs to know what's lurking in the darkness.
Corner.
Fuck is that? Guys, I think someone's here. Hello? Hello? So I'm in this room now and I thought, yo, fuck this. I'm not coming in here ever again by myself. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? I was trying to go out and I've just seen her. I seen her fucking float. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? What? Yo. Hello? Hello? You okay? Do you want to call the police? Yo, just chill. What the fuck? What's the guy doing? Yo, the fuck did he throw?
With careful steps, he makes his way upstairs, each creaking floorboard amplifying the tension. The hallway stretches before him, lined with doorways leading into pitch-black rooms. And then he sees it. A figure stands in the doorway ahead. A clown, dressed in ragged, tattered clothes, completely still, just watching. Tom's breath catches. His mind races. Is this real? A person? A trick of the light? Instead of running, he does something no one would expect. He moves toward the figure, determined to get answers. Adrenaline surges as he climbs the last few steps, but before he can react, the figure vanishes into the shadows.
Wait, what the hell? Maybe this guy was doing like a ritual or something by himself. There's some ghost. Right, I don't know where this guy actually is, but there's some weapons I could use on the floor maybe if he tries to attack me. Right, I'm not actually sure. What the fuck? What the yo, you okay? You sure you don't want me to call a police or ambulance? Oh, fuck this. What the fuck?
Broken wood, rusted tools, anything that could serve as a weapon if needed. His mind spins with possibilities. Could this be another explorer, a squatter, or something far more sinister? Before he can decide what to do next, another noise breaks the silence, this time closer. That's all he needs. Without hesitation, Tom bolts for the exit, his heart hammering as he races down the stairs, out through the decayed doorway, and into the night. Only when he's outside, breathing in the cold air, does he finally feel safe. But the questions remain. Who or what was inside that house? Why was that figure just standing there? And more importantly, what would have happened if he hadn't run? After uploading the footage, the internet was divided. Some were in awe of his bravery, while others were skeptical. Was it all an elaborate? Walking through an abandoned school is eerie enough, but knowing it's been empty for over a decade makes it even worse. That's exactly what urban explorer Chris Hill did when he decided to check out Robert Fulton Elementary in Cleveland, Ohio. The school had been shut down for 13 years, and locals weren't happy about it. Many saw it as a magnet for crime, but few dared to go inside, especially at night. Chris, however, wasn't one to back down from a challenge. He had explored plenty of abandoned places before, but something about this place felt off. As he made his way through the dark, decaying hallways, he couldn't shake the feeling that he wasn't alone. At one point, his camera unknowingly captured a shadowy figure lurking just out of sight. Chris didn't notice it at the time.
Wow. The decay is crazy in here.
But looking back, it was clear. Someone was watching him. Then, things got even creepier. On a dusty chalkboard, faint writing warned, "Don't explore alone." A nearby door had a rusted "Keep Out" sign barely hanging on. Despite the warning, Chris pushed forward.
Oh shit. Somebody lives in here. Somebody's been living in here.
That's when he found clear signs that someone had been living inside the abandoned school. Clothes, food wrappers, and makeshift bedding filled one of the old classrooms. And then it happened. A blood-curdling scream shattered the silence. It echoed through the empty halls, stopping Chris in his tracks. His heart raced. He didn't wait to figure out where it came from. He turned and ran, sprinting for the exit. Chris made it out safely, but the experience stuck with him. The footage he recorded is a chilling reminder that abandoned places aren't always as empty as they seem. Chris, a seasoned urban explorer, has spent years documenting eerie and abandoned places. He's not easily scared, often venturing alone into decaying buildings and mysterious locations. But on this particular night, even he found himself questioning what he had just experienced. His destination? Helltown. Once known as Boston Township, this place is wrapped in dark legends, stories of strange cults, supernatural activity, and a town mysteriously abandoned in the 1970s. With its empty buildings and silent roads, it's the perfect setting for an unsettling encounter. At first, the only sounds are his tires crunching against the road and the distant hum of crickets. But the calm doesn't last long. Near an old barn, something strange happens. A bizarre, unrecognizable noise cuts through the silence.
Despite how old it is. What the hell is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
It's coming from the tall grass beside the barn. Chris stops, trying to figure out what he's hearing. His instincts tell him to leave, but curiosity pulls him forward. As he steps closer, a chilling feeling washes over him. He's being watched. Then he sees them.
What does this lead to? I don't want to get lost. What the fuck is that? Something's over there. I can hear it. This stuff is like quicksand. Gotta be careful.
Two glowing eyes staring at him from the darkness. Chris freezes. He can hear the strange noise again. A low, unnatural sound unlike anything he's ever encountered. The eyes remain locked on him, unblinking. He takes a cautious step forward, trying to make sense of what he's looking at. But something about the situation doesn't feel right. Then movement. Something large, 6 to 8 feet tall, judging by the grass around it, lurks just out of reach.
What the hell is that? I'm gonna turn back. What the fuck is that? Something's over there. I can hear it.
That's enough for Chris. He decides it's time to go. But as he turns back toward the road, he hears something even worse.
I keep hearing something. It sounds like it's following me.
It's following him. The sound of rustling grass keeps pace with his movements. He speeds up, so does it. His breathing grows heavier, his camera shaking as he tries to navigate back toward safety. Finally, after what feels like forever, he makes it out of the overgrown area. Faison from the CJ Faison YouTube channel embarks on a solo camping trip in the infamous Pine Barrens of New Jersey, a place shrouded in eerie legends and unsettling rumors. Known for its dense woods and history of mysterious disappearances, the area carries a sinister reputation. Arriving just after sunset, he sets up camp, but almost immediately, a creeping sense of unease settles in. As he prepares for the night, strange noises echo around his van. Initially dismissing them as natural forest sounds, he soon realizes something is off.
Me even being here right now, I'm just stoked because it's coming into camping season, right? A lot of people, they go... That was weird. I'm losing my mind right now, but I'm like 99% sure something's on the other side of the van, so we're gonna go take a quick look. Let me grab this off the tripod really quick. Listen, everybody, nobody's doing these solo van adventures. So just putting that out there. Man, this is wicked crazy at night.
A quick check outside reveals nothing unusual, yet the unsettling atmosphere lingers. Trying to shake it off, he takes a short bike ride to explore the area, but halfway through, he realizes he made a critical mistake.
Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. I didn't even close the camper door. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Oh gosh, no. I didn't close the camper door. Oh, damn. I'm an idiot. I just realized that. I don't know why. It just dawned on me. Hello? Those two logs are knocked over. The two logs are actually knocked over. I know for a fact that one was standing up, and I know that I'm 99% sure that one was standing up too.
He forgot to close the camper door. Racing back, he finds that two logs near his van, which he distinctly remembers standing upright, have been knocked over. Nothing inside the camper is missing, but the unexplained shift in his surroundings deepens the mystery. Before he can make sense of it, a loud snapping sound pierces through the silence. Looking toward the direction of the noise, he spots a faint flickering light deep within the woods.
This is not the mount. What the fuck was that? Hello? Turn off this light. Turn this on. What the fuck is that? What the? What is that? Let's try to zoom in on my camera. Okay, what the fuck? What the hell? Alright, I'm getting back in the van. Shit. Okay, somebody's out there, I think. I don't know. It seems like it.
His first instinct is that it must be another camper or hiker, but the more he watches, the stranger it seems.
Damn. Oh, I didn't know that opened like that. That's nice. Okay. It's magnetic. What the hell? fuck? Come on. That's somebody's flashlight. Hello? Hello? I'm not sure if y'all could hear that, but that was like a... I don't even know. It was a ding or a something. Somebody's out here. Obviously. A damn flashlight doesn't fall clean out of the sky.
As he moves closer, the light abruptly vanishes. Searching the area, he stumbles upon a flashlight lying on the ground. There's no sign of anyone nearby, yet the object appears to have been placed there recently. Determined to uncover who or what is lurking in the shadows, he cautiously scans the trees, his sense of paranoia growing stronger. Then, out of nowhere, loud snapping sounds erupt once again.
They're either down this way or here, or they're behind that big bush. I don't know which one. Whoa! No. Fucking fuck you, motherfucker! I'll fucking beat your ass with this fucking flashlight right behind you.
Much closer this time, the realization hits. Someone, or something, is out there. He isn't alone. The sounds appear deliberate, as if someone is intentionally making their presence known while remaining unseen. With adrenaline coursing through him, he investigates the immediate area, but finds nothing.
I'm taking this flashlight. Somebody's gonna sneak up on me. They're gonna freaking earn it tonight. I've gotta admit, I've gotta regain some composure here for a minute. Like this is nutty. Absolutely nutty. Oh. I'm trying to think in my head. I'm like, what was the noise that I had actually heard? Right? Like, you can say what you want. I mean, it could have been a tree falling, whatever, right? I mean, chalk it up to being whatever you want to call it. How does a flashlight just get out there like that? I don't... The math is not mathing.
The forest remains unnervingly still, yet he can't shake the feeling of being watched. Retreating to his van, he tries to regain his composure, convincing himself that it could all be a coincidence. But as the night drags on, the feeling of unease only intensifies. Just as he begins to settle down, an unexplained bang echoes from the direction of an abandoned public restroom nearby. The sound is unmistakably forceful, unlike anything he had heard before.
What the fuck? Alright, come the fuck on. Who's out here?
He rushes outside, scanning the area, but once again, there's no one in sight. The idea that this could be something paranormal crosses his mind.
No. I think one of my cameras just went off. Yeah. Look at this. Look. That camera right there just went off. It's not even on anymore. This thing is hot, like burning up hot. Yeah, look, camera too hot. That's crazy. It's like cold outside. I mean, I technically should even have a hoodie on. That's weird. Okay, let's turn this off. I want to burn my van down over the GoPro camera. Alright, this is weird. See, this makes me think like, okay, is this like an actual person out here with me? Like a deranged maniac in the woods? Or is this ghost-like?
Later in the night, as he prepares to sleep, his GoPro mysteriously overheats and shuts down despite the cold temperatures outside. The sudden malfunction raises more questions, adding to the growing list of unexplained occurrences.
Oh, no fucking way. Hello? Listen, dude. Listen. If you're fucking with me, just come out and say it. Seriously, man. I don't know about you all, but I'm not 1000% sure that boom or bang came from that right there.
Any remaining hope of a peaceful night is shattered when he is jolted awake by a faint sound outside. Someone or something attempting to open his van door. Checking the lock, he finds it secure. Yet the unsettling reality sets in. Whatever had been stalking him through the night had come dangerously close. As the sun finally rises, Faison wastes no time leaving the Pine Barrens. Though he makes it through the night unharmed, the questions remain. Was it an unknown intruder with sinister intentions, or was he dealing with something beyond explanation? The eerie events of the night provide no clear answers, leaving him and his audience to speculate on the true nature of what lurks in the Pine Barrens.